Hello everyone, it is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace. And today we got another battle of the I was watching Tina the Fancy Faces, the top 3 from each category video, and she talked about this Chantecaille Perfect Blur finishing powder and the shade medium deep. So we all know that if you didn't know, Teresa's did always talked about this powder, how wonderful it is, but I was like, that looks awfully light for someone who looks like me. So when Tina said they had a medium deep and this is what the color looks like, it looks more like the shade dark from Charlotte Tilbury. So I started thinking, like, why are they going to be the same? This is the shade from Charlotte Tilbury. I had to bring my sample with me. This is what lived here at my grandmother's house, the sample. So I was like, I want you to see how similar the colors are. So I was like, maybe we can try it out. The one I showed you is just for effect. This is actually the shade dark. I got it on sale for, I think, 25% off. Shout out to my girl Beautydealsbff. As usual, if you're not following Amy and her team, what are you doing with life? But this is the shade dark. So this is what I'm going to put on my face today. But we got this one to compare to the Chantecaille. I'm also going to try out the Guerlain Natural Radiant Foundation SPF 20. I have the shade, I believe I have the shade 55. Yeah, I have 55 Deep Warm. That was one of the few shades they had. And then at Sephora, they don't even have my shade in this anymore. So I don't know if it's being discontinued. And they're finally going to bring the darker one. But let's go ahead and read the description after I get a new battery, because it always decides to die on me. I'll be right back. So it says, a beautiful medium coverage foundation with skincare benefits and 97% natural derived ingredients for a naturally glowing finish. It says it's for normal combination and dry skin. Medium coverage, finish is natural, the formulation is liquid. It says it has red algae to help defend skin from pollution and allow it to breathe. White cocoa bean extract that helps support the skin's natural balance and moisture barrier. It says this silky, smooth, and creamy foundation seamlessly blends into the skin, leaving it appearing luminous and fresh. Available in 30 shades, the innovative formula is enriched with skincare benefits that hydrate and balance the skin to improve complexion over time. So they say they got 30 shades, but this all you can get is Sephora. So, and you see the shade that I'm going to be wearing clearly is not there. So, what do you have in the 30 shades? Inquiring minds want to know. Because I had to go to, I believe I bought mine from Saks Avenue when they had their 15% off sale, and that's how I got mine. But, you know, some girls like Sephora, and, you know, if you got a Sephora, why don't you have everybody's shade at Sephora? I'm asking for myself. Now, originally when this came out, they did have everybody's, so I don't know if they're phasing it out and they're finally going to let us have the matte version, because that's the version I was waiting on, but since it never seemed to come to America, because I know Morgan Turnbull Hearst from Selfridges is just kind of like zooming in because we got to put this on. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay, so we don't get it. Okay, I don't get it. Got it. Funny thing is, the guy that made Selfridges was an American, so he brought Selfridges to Europe, because I heard it was a documentary my mom was watching on PBS. I heard that he oh, I already spot concealed, and as y'all can see, I can conceal underneath my eyes. I'm trying to use up that Too Faced one, but I feel like it just gives horrible coverage. So what I do is I follow the method that Makeup by Ariel said, which is you put cream concealer on first and then you put liquid on top of it. So that's why I've been trying to use this up. I put it underneath my eyes to start off with, and then I'll put a liquid one on top of it, which is going to be my Giorgio Armani or my Tom Ford. I haven't decided which one yet, but anyway. So yeah, I decided that, but I was watching the special, getting back to that, and they were saying that I guess they wouldn't let him open it here in America. I got to watch the very end of it because that's when my mom turned it on and I walked in the room. But it was really interesting. The guy who owned it, he didn't like want to give up ownership. They had to like kick him off the board and like do things to re-innovate Selfridges after it's changed hands many times, so that way it could stay in business. But the point is, an American brought a very popular store to a foreign country and made it work. Or initially started off making it work, and then they helped it survive and stay relevant today. So I thought that was interesting, the fact that Selfridges isn't even like from the country that his store is in. Random fact and side note. So we just put one coat of foundation on. I used the Huda Beauty concealer to conceal the face. I'm trying not to really focus on this too much, but since I had a new luxury foundation, I figured we could try it out along with these powders. So I'm gonna go off camera and conceal, and I'm gonna get back to what the star of the show is, the Chantecaille powders and the what do you call it? The Charlotte Tilbury powders, and see which one is best. But I find with the Chantecaille one, since I put it on yesterday, it's not a good idea to try to use a sponge to put underneath the eyes. Like the Charlotte Tilbury one, I'll use a sponge and put underneath the eyes, just like the Pat McGrath one that I did the brightening video on a while back. I'll use those, but it's like you have to use a brush with this one, so just keep that in mind. And this is expensive. I should have did this video before the 25% off sale went off, but I got it in the mail the day the 25% off sale ended from Chantecaille, so my bad. But hopefully they have another sale during the holidays you can get a discount on. But like I said, I need to conceal and then be right back. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna get some stats on the product real quick before I put it underneath my eyes, because of course we have used the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder before, so I mean flawless filter powder before, so I feel like I don't need to read that one. I'm gonna just read the Chantecaille one. It said it's the ultra fine instant blur powder that smooths and perfects the complexion in a compactable limited edition compact. So I had to read the one from the limited edition one because that's the one that popped up. It says it's weightless finishing formula helps skin appear softly filtered and flawless. The long-lasting gel powder is infused with a special combination of optically corrected pearls and blurring spheres to filter out imperfections. So it says I'm supposed to use a buff and blur brush blend in soft circular motions for a natural finish. Now I'm not putting this all over the face, we're just putting it underneath the eye, but I told y'all this one seems to work better with a powder brush and not a sponge. So we're gonna do Charlotte first, since we used to hunt and use the sponge in the shade, which used to be the darkest shade, number 3 dark, until we got the darkest shade, which is 4 deep, the one I'm using. And lately I was thinking about giving y'all updated foundation routine, just because I did change the way I do some stuff. I don't know if y'all can tell in the videos, but like I use the Tatcha the silk powder, and what I do is I just place that on the places I highlight my face. So like all the places I highlight my face with concealer, minus underneath my eyes, I used that powder. And then underneath the eyes, I just use like a setting powder like this. It's supposed to be blurred and smoothing, so I can smooth out my pores, since you know they're looking like craters lately. I think I'm gonna use Chantecaille all over the other side of my face as far as like highlighting everything. I'm not gonna try to sponge in just on this one side. I mean maybe the forehead, but I mean like down the middle of the nose and the cupid's bow and the chin like I normally do. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Chantecaille for that, just so we can keep it easy and simple. I'm sorry if you can hear the trash truck or anything, but a lot of trucks seem to come around here. I don't understand why, but they do. So that's pretty much all we're gonna do for this side when it comes to Charlotte. So as you can see, Charlotte has blurred us out quite nicely. Now let's get into Chantecaille and see how she does. So I'm going to start with the place we highlight on my face with this KVD number 25 brush, and I'm just gonna do the other side of the forehead in circular motions like they said. And then circular motion down the middle of the nose, since that's where we put the concealer. So I end up using the Time Ford concealer pen alongside the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric concealer, which is mine and the late great Mel Thompson's favorite. I still plan on filming that video. It's just I gotta get all the products together, and since Mel recommended so many products, and the time I watched her on YouTube is like I'm trying to pick out like my all-time favorite ones that she recommended, and then do a video that way, as opposed to doing a whole bunch of like of everything she recommended. Because you know I like Mel, but every single thing she recommended, of course, I wasn't always fond of. So I'm gonna grab like the highlight of ones that like I know I'm truly in love with and use. Like for example, this Giorgio Armani Power Fabric I'm using right now. Okay, so do you all think this side looks smoother than this side? Let me know, because I feel like it just looks a tad bit smoother than Charlotte, but not by much, and not by enough to justify the price point, because this powder is like $84. and the limited edition compact. Now in this one I think it might be 75, but to me that's still a drastic amount. So I'm gonna do the rest of my face off camera. I'll try to remember checking in with y'all. Y'all know I've been real bad at it lately, so you know if I don't, I'll see you at like 3 a.m. okay? Okay, y'all, so once I actually looked at my face before I came on camera, because I had to reapply my lipstick because it's red and I ate lunch and, you know, I was underneath the mask all day. It's a hot mess. If you're curious what's on my eyes, I have on the Moonspell palette from UOMA Beauty. So, you'll see that video coming, I don't know when, sometime next week. It might come tomorrow for all I know. Who knows? Anyway, so we hear about the Chantecaille and, Charlotte Tilbury powder. So, both sides of my face look equally as oily. And the foundation looks, you know, glowy like it's supposed to. I feel like my highlighter stayed on really well. I didn't expect it to stay on that nicely, but, you know, nicely highlighted thanks to Becca's Chocolate Geode. Rest in peace, Becca, because I don't think they kept Chocolate Geode. Don't quote me though, I don't know. Thing is, I don't see any difference in the blurring underneath either one of my eyes or the blurring of the grease. I feel like there's a little bit more blurring here on the Chantecaille side. Again, these powders weren't made for you to wear under the mask for like 8 hours, so I'm not expecting that. But you know, I don't know. I don't see enough of a difference to pay the price difference, because you can get the Charlotte Tilbury one for 45 bucks, and then you know they have the 20% off sale going on at Sephora right now while I'm filming this anyway. So it's $45 and get 20% off that. I feel like that's a better deal than paying, what did I say, $84 for the Chantecaille powder. I just don't see enough difference in it for it to be worth it. Plus I like a powder I can use a sponge underneath my eyes, because y'all know I got these creases underneath here. It's covered up by this lower lash line work right now, but you know, they're there and they're real. So it's like I want that to be as blurred as possible, and I don't want powder clinging up in it or me feeling like it's not set enough because I didn't get to use a sponge and get like in there deep in the corners. And I feel like with the Chantecaille one I can't use that. So it's fine for like just blurring the pores on my cheek area, but again, I'm not paying like $78 or $84 for powder just to do that area. It's gonna need to do more than that. Like it needs to change my life. And then they do that. So I say just go with the Charlotte Tilbury one, because you can always get that one on a deal at Sephora, and the Chantecaille one you have to buy from Nordstrom's, and you only be able to get at best a deal for 15% off. I mean, they recently had a sale on their website for 25% off, but it's like, if it's gonna be one of your go-to powders, I figure you'll run out of it quickly, and then you'll be mad because you know you had to pay that price for it. So I just say go with Charlotte Tilbury. I like that one better for the price point, because I feel like they do about the same thing. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Okay. Be blessed, girl. Bye.